Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad matatag!
One of his things is he pops Metamorphosis and heroes just run away from you, but getting that bonus movement speed sounds really nice for him. As a result, SMG bust out the mid one drow. We've seen this a couple times before, and this puts Razor.
He doesn't go outside anymore. He just smokes right at the damn table because that's how stressful it's been right on the side of the dive these days. Bot lane, actually, it's a stressful start here for Gabby on T1 as they will secure first blood here for Raging Potato. Very nice start, and that should reduce some of the stress that Raging's been having. Constantly chasing down Arfu, but unable to do too much, as of course Gabby wants the farm, but now with the Metamorphosis pop, they are going to try. They do have Dispose available, and it's a double stun out from Whitemon, but Raging still going to run. Instead, Arfu maybe endanger himself as they do start the static link off, and Whitemon is going to be just fine. Arfu going to give his own life away here to Gabby. Make sure Raging Potato does remain protected. Gabby quite low in HP, but oh, I was going to say Whitemon might hand the salve over. He doesn't, though. He's going to jump right back in. What a play from Whitemon.
Yeah, he sees that clear out slowly but surely on that Pottle. Still has a good lead over to Puck. You do have Carl's level 6 up, so there is a Dream Coil threat. He does find that opportunity to rotate, but isn't really going to be good.
Gonna drop Raging, those still going for a fight here, and Gabby will just drop Raging. He'll be happy with the trade that time around.
Shoving in the bot. He did make that prediction. SMG looking pretty good here, although. Rotation from Carl.
Yeah, Raging chased up. They've got the coil, but they'll dispose first. Eventually, still holding on to that coil as Cuckoo's going to come in now, and in fact, they have enough. They'll use the coil up for that secondary kill onto Arfu, but a nice blinding light away from Moon. Gonna make sure Carl cannot chase down this Cream Protector, but they already found the bigger target anyway, so they're more than happy. In fact, they might even find Pylite Die, but not quite. He does manage to pick up the... They want the bigger target. Whitemon is around to try and help out with the rebound, but is not going to be able to get there thanks to the gust of mid one. And that'll mean Cuckoo is going to drop here on the Dawnbreaker. It's T1 unable to respond once again with this draft. Now the hook shot. Pylite Die right on target. Has found Whitemon.
They haven't been able to find those opportunities. They need to be able to catch some of these heroes out. Even if you just kill one at this point with the kisses, you just take it.
Oh, drag back with the blinding. Cuckoo's gone. The T1, they're all over the place this game one, John. A complete mess here from this Radiant team as SMG, they're going to move into that bottom T3 tower. They've hit their timing, sure, but T1, they have not... It just, no matter how much damage they take, John, another Illuminate flies through. Carl, what's this Dream Coil for, exactly? Hook shot out, Pylite Die, he'll initiate. Are they going too far? SMG, they might lose Raging immediately, and they do. Overgrowth was there from Arfu, but hits nothing, as now they can take the fight. Pylite Die, gonna drop, in goes Carl, onto the Tree Protector. Arfu's gonna go down a mid one. He's being chased, he does have the Aegis up though, and is still not dropping that first life. Lives anyway. Whitemon gonna go for a rebound into the Dispose, doesn't even go for the rebound, just a blink in, doesn't get the Dispose either, but Carl going to make the jump in for a moment. Again, just trying to chip away at the HP pools of SMG. Problem is they have a keeper of the line. Raging, going to be forced to BKB up as Cuckoo now going to be chased down. Raging just deletes him along with Moon. Cuckoo just disappearing as Gabby is going to try and fight. The link is out, draining all his attack damage away. Gabby, he is tickling Raging Potato right now. They do take him out though. That'll be the Razor gone, but Cuckoo will die a second time. SMG, they'll take the mid-racks. Only losing Raging Potato. They've still got the age. See how they go. Only one buyback on the map right now, and that's Pylite Die. Whitemon jumping in, but immediately bursted down. Raging. Forced the BKB and run. Mid one, very far forward. Hookshot is there from Pylite Die, but now the Overgrowth has been committed and Raging. He'll move in to try and get some damage out onto Gabby, but Gabby, he's going to man fight back. Raging is not taking much damage at all. Gabby, he's the one in trouble. Oh, he is just melting. And GG's called. SMG, this time around, very disciplined. Do not throw the game back the way of T1. And John, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think Moon, he played this game.
I think they're playing Tree and Safe. As much as I don't like it either one that much.
Oh, they'll just do Marcy.
Oh, Marcy safe lane again. They're gonna run up. They're like, we've learned now. We just need one game of practice to figure out how this lane is played. But it looks actually Marcy's going for it, looks like.
You know what?
Arfu's still going at it with Whitemon here on the Treant now. So Whitemon is going to drop low, but Arfu's gone too far, I think. Reflection is there, and they will secure first blood. Gabby able to pick it up, and Whitemon naturally going to hand the tip over to Arfu. That he will not. He's forced to eat up some tangos and have a clarity for himself. Moon will take both water runes on his own accord on the Ember. Now bot lane. Raging, going way too far, and Whitemon and Zephyr a lot. I mean, mid one, he's top of the CS board right now as he's just been having a great old time at bot lane. Once again, speaking of Gabby, Raging Potato, gonna get taken down by Gabby. Killing spree the way of the TB, and I appreciate this from T1. Like, they've left Cuckoo alone. They know he can solo the lane now. Rather, they're gonna shallow grave himself up as Raging is gonna rejoin the fray, but Arfu surely gonna die, and will. Zephyr, he might go down as a trade, but the living armor, that bonus armor makes it very hard as Raging is still going for this. With the plasma field, he will secure the kill, but can he get himself out? Well, the answer is yes, he does. He's got no regen though, so he might have to run all the way back to the fountain, but he does at least get a bit of a trade, and in fact, he won't. Cuckoo. He's going to drop out the mid game from T1. Is certainly going to be nullified now. Unless Cuckoo can find a nice way of getting this home with the Overlord. Still mid lane. They have got Moon. Nice dispose out of the coil into the overgrowth, but a big boundless strike from mid one. Not going to save the day. And they do find Moon, but it does cost them a hell of a lot for that.
Maybe just a bit of mist.
And Zephyr, of course, has the dispose available as Carl. Smoke broken. Whitemon is around. They'll miss the grass, but it won't matter because they've got the coil and dispose to lock him down. The Razor eventually should drop, but he will have a shallow grave to buy him time now. Mid one, and Moon will jump in to try and punish, and Zephyr is at least going to get caught. They'll want a bit more than that for all these rotations. Carl's still messing around here with this dazzle. Carl does get the dazzle, but it's going to get out with his life intact. Primal Spring is there. Mid one still chasing him down. Carl just phase shift and just orb out of there. We go, Raging. We'll find Whitemon. So it will be at least a tree and protector to drop here as he cannot get the overgrowth off in time. And SMG, they'll focus on the mid tier 1 tower. 19 minutes into the game. It's nothing special, but just something they needed to get done. Maybe they could try to force Roshan, but I think it's way too early for that as well. Surviving with the living armor, they're Raging. He's going to make the jump in onto Whitemon, but a nice hawk dive is there from Cuckoo into the Raw now. And maybe T1, they can force the fight, but a nice shallow grave. Out from Arfu, trying to buy a bit more time, still Raging. Is going to drop. In goes Carl after Moon, but they cannot catch the Ember. Instead, Dream Coil going to catch two supports here on the other side, but mid one, he'll drop the Wukongs and zone them out. So T1, probably just going to be happy with the Razor kill. That's going to be enough for them, but no, never mind. They want to smoke out. They want more punishment for this. That's fair enough. Meta's still going for quite a while. They might at least find Pylai die, and they will. Nice dispose there from Zephyr. They'll make it a 2-for-nothing trade. Punishing SMG every time, is that the way to do it? They might have another punish here. Raging onto Whitemon. Not going to have enough damage, and now forced to pop his BKB and try to run, but the Raw is there from Cuckoo to hold him down. Shallow Grave will save though on Cuckoo. He's going to be the one to drop. Carl in once again. Mid one, meanwhile, does actually kill off Zephyr. Raging. Well, that's a big Dream Coil. Raging Potato's gone. Carl with a nice setup onto the Razor. He's going to jump again. Keep poking and prodding here as this puck, but here comes mid one. He knows where Gabby is. There's your Wukong's command out, but they can't hold him in. Nothing to hold him in the Wukong's command. Being very, very patient. SMG will do the same. The Moon does get spotted. Nice dispose out Zephyr. He'll hold down the Ember for a moment, but not long enough. He's fine as the Boundless does come in mid one. He's going to rush in for this, but does back out immediately. Carl is holding down the backside, making sure Arfu does not feel confident on the Dazzle. But he does have an Aeon Disc, so he's fine as Moon is in trouble again. Raw being committed, T1. They'll get away with it. In comes the Wukong's command from mid one, but do you have the backup? No one's going to hold anyone down within the Wukong's command. So it feels quite wasted here as, well, T1, they might be able to keep chasing SMG now. Raging, still trying to fight Carl on this puck, but just doesn't have the damage output, and now Carl will just move right back in. Raging Potato's gone too far. Shallow Grave is going to save for a little bit as Carl gets caught by mid one, taken down by the Boundless Strike, and suddenly the team fights even again.
Start with Afu. Another bigger Hex is going to be impactful here.
Oh, Moon, again, caught out. Ember in trouble, but Shallow Grave will come out early this time to make sure he's alright as they force-staff him out. Moon, he's gonna make it. Another Wukong's command being committed though, and now T1, they can certainly keep fighting. Raging is the target. Overgrowth is out. They will take the Razor down, and now with a great Dream Coil, they've caught 2 more. Parlay Die already dropping way too low. Mid one, popped his BKB, but just needs to run. Still Carl, he'll keep going. Meanwhile, Moon jumps in, takes down Zephyr in the backside, but gonna be careful not to get taken down himself. He has 1 Remnant in 1 second. Slider fist out first, Remnant away, but no, he's gonna drop. They go too far. Finding all this farm on the edge. Zephyr, nice dispose. What is that range?
What?
Aether Lens plus Psychic Headband, John. Dream Coil is going to be committed Arfu. Not going to survive either. Great initiation here from Carl. Zafu will get the tip over from Carl. And Carl waiting quite a while to get that done, but that's
exactly
mid one.
it.
Mid one, not like, don't do this mid one. Mid one. All right, here we go, John. Aegis is down. Moon, he's forced to start the fight. They might actually have something going. Whitemon about to drop a raw round. Mid one, he's the target. Static link out onto Gabby, though. Mid one, he'll survive. Wukong's command out. Maybe they can take the team fight. And they do. Not only were T1 baited, John, we were baited by Mid one himself.
That we were. His team was ready to back him up, and it does work out this time. Bit on edge. It's a 35-second duration, 22.5-second cooldown. He is just always smoke.
Oh. That's
He is.
That doesn't seem very fair, Mr. Frog. Moon, well, he's been caught out. Nice disposed, or blow him up. Arfu, our disc already procced. He's gone. Oh boy, never mind. That was quick. We didn't even get to see it, John. Very sad. Chasing, and he is. What is it, Jonathan?
The dispose range, that was across the cliff. That's across that little pit. Like, what?
Perfectly balanced here, John. Gabby, no, nice Scream call, Carl. Setting up a great team fight. Wukong's out again. Refresh is there. Raging. We're going to try and back off, but oh, Shallow Grave going to make it barely in time. Saving the day as the Hawk dive is there. Carl still trying to snipe him. Whitemon out with the overgrowth. Gabby's going to come back in now. They've still not got the Razor. In fact, Gabby and Mid one still trying to fight. We'll go out at 1v1, but Cuckoo, he's the target as Mid one has a Shallow Grave to protect him, but is it going to last long enough? He'll keep going for the fight here against Gabby, but eventually gets taken down. Moon, he will also be caught out, but he has the Wind Waker, trying to make his way out, but look at that dispose. Ultra kill out for Carl. Trying to creep skip, but Carl, he's got the hand up, he wants a high five. Mid one, he's very busy right now, no time for high fives. So he'll turn around and try to fight this one out with the Wukong's command, but Carl, it's just kind of taunting at this point. In the meantime, Paladai is gone, GG's called, they're onto the Ancient anyway, and Carl does end up getting mid one. Game 2 a lot slower than Game 1, Jonathan, but T1, their patience does end up paying off, and they'll force us to a game number 3.
Yeah, they managed to get the game they...
You got Tiny Tusk. That's the Tusk has been the other go-to against Lena. Wyvern. Okay. Super range.
But what role? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a.
Because if it was SMG, I'd be like, oh, it's a Moon Wyvern. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
It's Wyvern, so support.
Yeah.
A good start. Parlay Die, though, already being caught out is not the great start I was talking about, as he is gone. Zephyr, he'll take the kill on the Train Protector. First blood to go the way of T1 already. And I think you are going to be...
It's still not enough to slow Gabby. I mean, Gabby's not finding kills, but he's finding farm. Doesn't really matter.
Raging. Yeah, he's gone in too early, John. He's going to be punished for it, and... Well, it's Dazzle Razor, you know, like, the second time around, you're probably going to know how to puppy Stormcrafter now, at least for Parlay Die, so you can kind of zap away Zephyr. Not as strong as it used to be, but still quite potent to get some damage out, and Zephyr may have gone a bit too far this time around. So this time, they should be able to punish, and they will. Nice pick up there for Mid one, who desperately...
Not enough to fully commit, but we are starting to see some of that presence come true from Parlay Die with his creep army. He can do a lot of work on the objectives, and Moon still has that strong start, though.
Yeah, Carl down the bot lane. He'll find Arfu again. Meanwhile, mid lane, Zephyr going to drop here to Moon. It's the Laguna Blade onto the Train Protector and secures the kill. And that's going to force Carl to get back into this mid lane. And
Terrorblade grows bigger and bigger. Gabby's uncontested in the triangle, just free to farm up as he pleases.
Carl,
although
nice jump in. Avalanche toss there. Parlay Die already gone. They can't catch Raging. but they do put a halt to this push that's happening, and we saw this last game. Like, you can't find the T1 tower. Bad luck. Zephyr's gonna heal it all the way back up slowly. There's Carl. He finds Raging. He's stuck around for the large camp, and he is gonna be punished heavily for this. As Carl really will go for the creeps. Poison touch out, but Carl, he'll put the hand up, and well, they won't be able to do anything. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Moon does end up dying at Cuckoo. Mid lane, toss back, Raging, in trouble. Overgrowth is up now, so they can throw that out on the Razor. Shallow Grave only going to buy so much time. It's Cuckoo. He's going to survive the cold embrace from Whitemon. Going to allow him the heal to be able to get through this as Carl now with a nice toss back onto Afu. And Carl, he has not forgotten about the tips. The unit as well and run towards Gabby just in case he needs the help, as Gabby is trying to bait them in right now. There is still a lot of heroes around, but Carl, he's going to make the first jump in first. Raging. He's just gone. Oh, Carl, he's just going right in onto Afu. He will not leave this man alone. TP away from Afu is going to be enough, but the rest of the team, they are still trying to fight here in SMG. Zephyr will get the overgrowth off onto the Ember, and now with the avalanche toss. Mid one drops. They catch out another. Moon, he's going to BKB up and run, but no, it's not going to be it.
Gabby, even though his Metamorphosis fades, should still have enough to make work. Raging does scout, but can't really do much here.
Carl, or rather Cuckoo, pop his BKB, not minding Raging, in fact goes for the Viper Strike. Meanwhile, the actual Carl going for a big avalanche toss out. He saw Afu again, still Aegis is taken. In fact, Roshan, it went down to SMG, but Aegis does go the way as Gabby. As SMG, they are still fighting. There goes Afu, Raging still frontlining for the team is now Moon. He does rejoin with a nice Lagoon around. It's just not going to be enough. Carl is just still rampaging on the side of SMG as Mid one has dropped as well to Cuckoo, but they might finally find the Viper, and they will. But that costs them a safe lane. Ember by SMG now. Hex is out. Onto the Tiny. Moon will lock him down. Carl still perfectly fine to walk out of there with the avalanches. Well, Cuckoo takes over his position. Back in onto Moon, who does have a double damage rune. He's getting a lot of damage out. Cuckoo in trouble, but living armor and Sunder. It does come out in time. Gabby a bit low, but a big curse out. Hold down Moon. And he just goes mid one, trying to fight Gabby. There's just no chance. Oh, you gotta call it. You've just gotta call it. This draft's not gonna work.
No. I mean, they're gonna dip outside, maybe get a ward. Could cost Pylite his life.
And it will. Pylite die. Living up to his name, I assume here, John. Pylite die. Still trying to run. Afu unable to save him as well. He does go, but buyback is there. But mid one is gone once again. Carl just will not leave the man alone. And now what a curse out! Oh, what a curse from Whitemon, holding 3 of them down right in the back. And that's exactly where T1's gone through, John. Right through the back of SMG onto Afu. That'll be another. More tips out. They just leave the man alone. It was one tip. They tipped him once.
You can't live it through, Mike. It's really doesn't have AoE control. Gabby guns for the tier 4s. They know there's no point extending this one and just gun for the end game. Mid one is gonna spawn up at least. Maybe one last play.
Carl in mid one, in trouble, getting tossed back, and Remnant away. Viper Strike's already there. GG, surely. More tips coming out. There you go. The torture finally ends here for game number 3. As T1, they clean up. Carl, 11-0-13 on this mid-tiny. John, he is just... He ripped him a new one. Carl, he had no patience this game.
Yeah, I mean...